Somalia's coastline, the longest in mainland Africa, has long been overshadowed by stories of piracy and instability. Yet beneath these waters lie vast, untapped oil and gas reserves, potentially transformative for the nation. Decades of conflict and insecurity kept these resources out of reach, while other countries prospered from their own natural wealth. Now, after years of watching and learning from others' mistakes, Somali leaders are approaching this opportunity with caution and a modern perspective. The world is watching as Somalia stands on the brink of a new era. Will these resources fuel national reconstruction or introduce new challenges? The question is no longer if Somalia's oil will be explored, but how and who will benefit. The promise beneath Somalia's waves is finally coming to the surface. In March 2024, Somalia and Turkey signed a landmark deal in Istanbul, granting Turkey exclusive rights to explore and develop Somalia's offshore oil and gas. This agreement, years in the making, is more than a business contract. It's a bold geopolitical move. For Somalia, it's a declaration of sovereignty over its maritime resources, following a hard-won legal victory over Kenya. In May 2025, Turkey announced a massive discovery, an estimated 20 billion barrels of oil in just 2 offshore blocks. The deal's structure is high risk, high reward. Turkey recoups its investment first, but Somalia's share rises to 70% once costs are covered, one of Africa's most generous terms. Turkish research vessels, protected by naval escorts, are now pushing exploration further. For Somalia, this is a chance to finally turn potential into prosperity. For Turkey, it's a strategic foothold in a vital region. Turkey's ambitions in Somalia go far beyond oil profits. Securing a direct stake in Somalia's reserves helps Turkey reduce its reliance on Russian and Middle Eastern energy, strengthening its own security. The deal cements Turkey's influence in the Horn of Africa, where it already trains Somali forces and manages key infrastructure. This partnership challenges the dominance of Gulf states and signals a new era of multipolar competition in the region. For President Erdogan, success in Somalia would showcase Turkey as a global power and a model partner for developing nations. The oil venture is as much about prestige and influence as it is about energy. Somalia's future is now deeply intertwined with Turkey's ambitions. For Somalis, oil represents hope for national renewal. President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud's government sees the deal as a path to self-sufficiency, funding schools, hospitals, and infrastructure. The agreement promises job creation and skills training, offering young Somalis a future beyond conflict. Managing its own resources is a powerful assertion of Somalia's sovereignty after years of instability. The government pledges transparency and equitable wealth distribution, aiming to use oil revenue to rebuild and unite the nation. If handled wisely, oil could transform Somalia's economy and strengthen its institutions. The dream that black gold becomes a force for unity, not division. The stakes and hopes have never been higher. But the path ahead is fraught with risk. The resource curse, corruption, inequality, and conflict looms large in a country with fragile institutions. Security threats from groups like Al-Shabaab could disrupt operations and deter investment despite Turkish protection. The deal is reshaping regional alliances, easing tensions with Ethiopia and positioning Turkey as a key power broker. Yet, wary neighbors like Egypt and the Gulf states watch closely, concerned about shifting power dynamics. Somalia's future hinges on whether oil wealth can be managed for the benefit of all, not just a privileged few. The world is watching. Will this be Somalia's moment of transformation, or the start of new challenges? The answer will shape the Horn of Africa for generations.